Welcome back to another episode of Threddit. I am Cody.
I am Willow.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Chris.
All right. I have the first story for you guys today.
The theme today is parenting. So whether not all of us here are parents.
You guys are parents.
Yeah. Chris and I, we are married and we've got 2 kids. And Cody and Willow are on their way to get married.
And soon to be parents.
And soon to be parents.
Shocking.
So we thought this was a nice little topic.
Yeah.
All right. But hopefully I don't have to go through what some of these people are.
Hey, all parenting stories are just parenting stories. They're not good or bad. Okay?
Well, some are probably
I don't know.
bad.
These seem kind of bad. All right, I got this story from r/Am I the Asshole, one of my favorites, from YFTDDDTF. Am I the asshole for calling police on parents? I, 23-year-old female, was asked to sit for a date night while the parents went to a wedding yesterday. I was supposed to have a baby boy 13 weeks old and a sister 2 years old from 5 to 11 p.m. This is not my first time watching either child. Our evening went as smoothly as it could with a toddler and a baby. I got them to bed by 7:30 and started putting the house back together. At 10:15, I got a text from the parents asking if I could stay until 12 p.m., and I told them that's fine and to have fun. 12:15 rolls around. I haven't heard from the parents. I sent a text asking if they're close and didn't get a response. I could be pretty anxious, so my mind started thinking they got into an accident or something bad happened. I didn't hear from them 5 minutes after and then decided to call but got no answer. 1 a.m. rolls around and the baby has already woken up to feed again, and I am overly anxious at this point. It's 1 a.m. and I have no one to calm me down. I would never assume that a late parent is just a late parent at 1 a.m. So I am just on our city's Twitter page where they'll let you know road conditions and accidents, seeing if something happened within the last hour and a half, but nothing. 2 a.m. rolls around, and I kid you not, I have called around 15 times and received no answer from either parent. I wanted to call the police at that point, but I also didn't want to get the kids woken up and taken out of the house at 2 a.m. I was hoping that the parents would walk in, and although I'd be angry, at least they're fine. But again, that didn't happen. At 5 a.m., I decided to call the police and report the parents missing and told them I couldn't keep them after having them all night. The police showed up at 5:22 a.m. and took a statement from me. I was asked for the parents' numbers, and the police asked if I could stay with the kids until they could figure out what exactly they're going to do. At this point, the neighbors are outside, and the woman directly next door told me she could stay with them, but I didn't know their relationship to her, so I told her I'd wait with the kids for a bit. At fucking 5:48 a.m., they roll up and are greeted by the police. The mom ran into the house thinking something happened to the kids and sighed when she saw that they were there. Our phones died and we didn't know how to get home from the venue, is what she said to me. I was fuming. I called them irresponsible and the shittiest parents I have ever worked for. I demanded she pay me on the spot and I left. I got a super long message about how this is my job and I'm a huge asshole for disrespecting them and calling them police. She felt like she could have left them with the neighbors or called the emergency contacts, not the police. Am I the asshole? Wow.
I want to say no.
I want to say no. Yeah,
But
no.
at the same time, like...
I mean, you're getting paid from 5 to 11.
Was it discussed?
No.
No,
Right.
their phones died.
It wasn't discussed that it was going to be that late and all
They
that.
extended it.
So I agree that there's a level of like being upset.
If the babysitter's expecting to get off at 11 p.m. the
Yeah.
day before,
Yeah.
and you show up at damn near 6 a.m.,
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
I'd
Even
be
if their phones
pissed.
died, yeah, I agree with the babysitter. Like, you should have made an effort to let somebody know.
Yeah.
And she was nice enough to
Stay.
take them up on the extended time. But then I hear her because at 23, if these parents are normally always on time, communicating, and then all of a sudden I don't hear from you for almost 6 hours. Yeah, I'm going to think something happened, especially you're at a wedding, probably drinking. What if they ran off the side of the road or something?
Or if they stayed at the place and fell asleep or...
Yeah.
You know.
But like also, I don't give a fuck if your phone died. I don't know when this was written, but it's the 2000s, okay? Someone has a phone charger.
Yeah.
You can charge your phone. You can grab a phone from someone else. Like, there's always a way to do something else about that. I just think that's bullshit.
There is an edit. I meant 12 a.m., not 12 p.m. So when it said in the story earlier that I got a text from the parents asking if I could stay till 12 p.m., she meant 12 a.m.
I figured
I
that.
figured
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Freaking people in the comments probably giving her a hard time.
Probably, yeah.
Like, you should have known, guys. People make that mistake all the time.
Yeah, that I'd be pissed. Yeah, I get that it's a wedding and people want to have fun. I don't know. 6 a.m. though. I mean,
Yeah, like
That's
to
a
be
little,
That's-
that's much.
yeah.
A little bit much.
6 hours later
6
than you said you were
hours
going to
later.
be.
Yeah.
And that's hard on someone 23 years old and a 2-year-old and a what they say, a 14-week-old?
13-week.
13-week-old? Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
My path to follow said, not the asshole. You actually did the right and safest thing.
Yeah.
Also, it's 2024, who in this day and age doesn't have either a portable charger or a
Right?
car phone charger.
Exactly.
They are parents. They should have been prepared for their phone dying. Also, they got lost for that long. Nah, something fishy there too, in my opinion. Wipe your hands of them. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I don't even think they
100%
tried to leave because I think they were just drunk and like, well, our phones died. We don't know how to get here from the venue. But yeah, as a parent myself, there is absolutely no way I would ever do that to someone who's doing me a favor by watching my kids. Whether I pay you or not, you're still doing me a favor. I'm not going to not communicate with you about the well-being of my kids or when I'm going to get home to them for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah, it's crazy. I
A
would
lot
be
can
freaking out,
happen
too.
in 6
They're
hours,
just
too.
exactly. They're just embarrassed about the situation and everyone's seeing it and they're just trying to double down instead of just owning their shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't even trust my kids with somebody for that long. You know,
That was like a 12-hour shift for her.
you know, like, I know, no way. Like I'm gonna do what I need to do, and
I
I'm
hope
coming
they
back.
paid her
you know?
well.
Yeah. What if they didn't even pay her?
She said she got the money, but
Okay, good.
Okay,
Good.
good. That's good.
hopefully it was worth her while.
Does everyone agree in that thread that she was not the asshole?
Yeah, everybody is.
I would feel like it's probably
Yeah.
unanimous.
Yeah.
Everybody's bringing up the fact that, like, yeah, you can charge your phone. Master Echo SC says, on top of that, gas stations and convenience stores sell chargers for cheap. Like, yeah, they're all around.
Yeah.
I don't think they're cheap now, but they sell them.
They're cheap enough. If your phone's
you can
dying and your
afford-
kids are somewhere
Yeah,
else,
Yeah.
but
then
yeah.
And if you can
absolutely.
afford a
Like,
babysitter,
it's gonna happen. Yeah.
You can afford a charge.
You can make it happen. You need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no explanation that's good enough in my book to do something like that.
But yes, no. I mean, $20.
Yeah, they're cheaper at Walmart if we want to get down. Yeah, but that's why it's a convenience store.
Will it?
All right, so I am reading from r/confessions, and the username is u/smoked his stuff.
No.
The title is called "I confiscated my son's weed and then smoked it. No regrets." It says, "Let me start off by saying my son is a very good kid. He's a high school senior who gets mostly A's. He has a part-time job and doesn't get into any trouble. So when I found a bag of weed in his pants pocket one morning while preparing the laundry, it came as quite a surprise. I had no clue he was getting high. Flash forward an hour. I'm in my backyard chatting to Arlene, my neighbor, about what I found. Arlene has 4 kids, all grown and out of the house, and she's my go-to for parenting advice. I asked her what I should do. She says, let's smoke it. I couldn't believe I was doing
Atta
it,
girl.
but 20 minutes later, we were in Arlene's kitchen smoking weed out of a tobacco pipe. I hadn't smoked pot since college. We got really, really high, and we giggled for hours in her kitchen, making and eating all kinds of foods and dancing to the radio. It was so much fun. When my son came home from work that evening, I saw him go into the laundry room where his pants are folded along with the rest of his clothes, and he takes the basket upstairs. He never does that, so obviously he was looking for his weed. A bit later, I called him down for dinner, and we had a normal meal and conversation. I sensed some relief when the meal was done, and he went back to his room. I still haven't decided what to say to my son. Meantime, Arlene has the rest of the weed, and I will have no regrets unless she smokes it without me.
That's funny. How old is he?
Oh, snap.
He's a senior in high school, so probably like
Okay.
17, 18.
Yeah.
If he's that old, like, I wouldn't even confront him. I'd let him wonder. Like,
Oh yeah,
Right? Oh, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, no, that's
The joy of
secret.
parenting.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
a
have
secret.
to tell them shit.
Yeah, that's a secret.
Yeah.
that's something you bring up at Thanksgiving years later. Just,
Yeah.
Hey,
You remember.
if we're judging parenting styles, I give her an A+.
yeah, fuck it.
Like he's doing age appropriate things. You didn't call him out, but you handled it. You took it away.
Yeah. Well,
And you enjoyed it a little bit.
yeah, and you enjoyed it, which
I'm
that's
down.
fine.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
I can imagine like him walking through the door, going straight to the laundry room. His face is all sweaty because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
realized what he's done.
All stressed out.
He's
What
like,
you doing there, son? Oh, just doing my laundry.
yeah.
Since when?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I can only imagine.
That's good though. I like that parenting story. All right, so Megan here. I am reading from Am I the Asshole? User, let's say like 3 letters for each letter. Random. That's the user. Okay. Title, Am I the asshole for telling my sister to either lay off my parenting style or to leave my house, parentheses, go homeless? I, 44 male, am a single father to a 14-year-old daughter. I have raised her on my own since her mom passed away 10 years ago. Since the beginning, I was not a fan of being a strict father. I came from a household like that, and all it did was give me a miserable childhood and a strained relationship with my parents, and a crap ton of therapy. 2 weeks ago, my sister's house got flooded. They found out that the foundation rotted. I offered them to move into my finished basement with separate entrance, house built on a hill. So right now, her husband, her 3 sons, 16, 13, and 9, and her are living in my 3-bedroom basement. It has a full bathroom and a kitchen and a living room. Usually they have their life and we have ours, but we hang out for a couple hours every day, and that's when the trouble started. Like I said, I don't have too many rules for my daughter. As long as I know where she is and she's back by 9, she's free to go whenever she wants, within limits, of course. I do not control what she wears or what makeup she puts on as long as she follows her school dress code, and of course she dresses appropriately for special occasions. She does not have a bedtime. I do not check if she did her homework. She has a lock on her door, and I will always ask permission before going in. If she does not like what I plan to make her for a meal, she is free to cook something else or order takeout as long as she informs me before I start cooking. And no ordering more than twice a week. Also, she uses her money to order in. Now, these rules are a result of me having a good kid, her earning my trust, and me wanting her to grow up as independent as possible while learning to self-regulate and keeping her safety in mind. My sister, on the other hand, is very strict. She has her kids set on a routine. They are not allowed to have closed doors except when changing. She checks their electronics all the time. They are rarely allowed to go anywhere. They eat what she cooks or they starve, if she allows them not to eat what she made, that is. She is so on top of their schooling that I feel bad for the teachers. She's always emailing them or calling them or even going to the school. They do not get pocket money and are not allowed to work. And even this 16-year-old has a 9 p.m. bedtime, school nights, 10 p.m. on weekends. I don't agree with her parenting style, but I keep my opinions to myself. But now she's demanding that I give my daughter more rules because her kids are comparing themselves to their cousin and they are rebelling. So I told her straight to her face, she either keeps her opinion to herself and parents her kids and leaves my daughter to me, or she is free to find somewhere else to live. She says I'm an asshole because I don't know how my lax parenting is also adding more stress to her already stressful life, and threatening her with homelessness is a very low blow. So, am I the asshole? Edit. Forgot to add, what started this whole thing is this situation. My sister and her family know that they are not supposed to go to the 2nd floor without permission. That's where me and my daughter's bedrooms are. Well, my nephew started using this rule to hang out with their cousin without their mom being able to get to them. And when she does, my daughter's door is usually locked, so she has to wait for them to open it for her. She is convinced that they are hiding something from her in my daughter's room. All they are doing is having some freedom and privacy away from her constant monitoring.
That is a really difficult situation.
Yeah.
Right.
2 different forms of parenting in
Under
the same household.
yeah.
Totally opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think when you give someone like an opportunity or like say like, hey, yeah, you can come stay with me, like that you should throw it in their face. But I also don't agree with telling somebody else how they should parent.
Yeah.
No, you
and
can't.
in their own house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also see where the kids are coming from, because you want to like control your kids like that.
But they see their cousin being like more
Yeah.
free and
Of course, they're
stuff.
gonna latch to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to compare, because naturally kids always compare themselves to everyone and everything else.
Yeah. But it's like they really can see that one is happier, you know, and they want to just have fun and stuff. And exactly, yeah, they don't want to be under the helicopter mommy,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, especially
always
one of
watching
them-
their shit, and it like leave them alone. Just let them be kids. They're cousins. Let them
think-
have fun. Let them grow
Yeah.
up together, have fun, have memories, you know.
Yeah.
The first parent was fine. Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't too strict, wasn't too lenient. Like, that seemed very normal to me.
Yeah, it's our jobs as parents to treat our kids like the young adults they're going to be one day, and to give them the tools and set them up with like the tools, the resources, the knowledge to get there.
Because I feel
And
like once, you know, with the strict mom and his sister and everything and how strict she is, they're just going to resent her the like older they get.
Yeah, they already are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already
starting
are.
to.
Yeah.
And especially one of them, like the sister's kids, he's 16. The brother's kids who owns the house, his daughter, she's 14. So I'm sure that 16-year-old is kind of pissed and like,
Yeah.
see, that 14, she's 14 and she gets to have her room locked. She gets to go, you know, do this things. Like, why don't you trust me? I'm 2 years older. I don't even get to do that.
Yeah.
Being devil's advocate here, though, what do you think the strict parent would say about this story? Like, what do you think her side would be?
Oh.
Because,
Oh, probably he lets her do whatever she wants. She can come and go as if she pleases.
but maybe there is some shit that we don't know.
You don't, yeah. I
Like,
mean,
that's the
I'm saying
thing,
that you
hearing
don't know
two
you
sides to
know?
these
and also,
stories.
like, maybe what if that 16-year-old is like, what if he's like a bad kid? Who knows? Like, he's lost trust. Maybe he deserves
Yeah.
to be monitored like that. You know, whatever. Who knows? We don't know everything,
We don't. We're hearing one side of the story.
but it is obvious that you could tell like who's like a harder parent.
Yeah,
And who's-
honestly, I feel like most people would agree with this. Like, I don't know. What was the thread on this? Was it?
Am I the asshole?
Yeah. So
What do you guys vote it?
why would you go on here on Am I the Asshole? There's so many posts on there that's just like, no, of course not. They go on there to make themselves like, yeah, see, I'm right. Like, it's not even up for debate.
Well, yeah, of course.
Well, also, I think they like
But-
want to just make sure like they're not being crazy.
For
Yeah,
pretty
and
much
I don't-
saying,
Yeah, there's a
like,
lot of those.
Yeah.
too.
To
That's what it's
respect
like.
his parenting or-
I don't think that's being an asshole. And
Look, I think he might have been the asshole a little bit by telling her like, if you don't like this, and you can leave, basically, like
Yeah.
threatening that from something, because you're basically making her feel like she can't even like say what her opinion is. You wanted to say what your opinion was about her kids, but then when she says it to you,
In their own house.
you
Yeah.
get mad. But I do get it. It
True.
is his house. It is his daughter. Everyone should mind their own, but you shouldn't be throwing a place to live in her face for her and her family.
especially if she has nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a comment. It's one of the top comments, and it says, "Not the asshole. She has no right to tell you how to parent your child ever. You have made it gracious enough, letting her entire family move into your home, and she's treating you like a child she wants to control like her own kids. You need to talk to your daughter and make sure your sister isn't saying things to her when you aren't around. If she is, then she needs to leave." And OP said, "I already spoke to her, and she says that she knows how to shut her aunt down. Basically, she tells her, 'Did you talk to my dad? He is the only one allowed to tell me what to do.'" So it does sound like she's even trying to tell his daughter what to do. So it sounds like there's like some more things
Yeah.
going on. And he also didn't like let his sister move in until he talked to his daughter, and she said it was okay. His daughter has an online shop. She crochets and started this year, and they still have to file taxes, but she made more than $15,000. And he didn't tell her what to do with her money, but because she is receiving an allowance and she was 4, she is on her own and asked to open up a savings account. So it sounds like he has a great daughter.
Yeah,
With a
she's
great
doing-
head on her
she's-
shoulders.
she's
He's
doing
doing a
some
great
shit,
job.
yeah.
So like it'd be one thing if he allows her to have all these freedoms and stuff, and she's like making bad grades, making
Yeah.
bad choices, doing bad things. But this girl, she just made $15,000 at 14 years old. She has her own business. Like she's doing great things. Like mind your business.
I think just one confrontation about it, and if you don't find a solution, they just have to leave because
Right. If it happens again after this, like, I agree.
Because yeah, like that exactly to that point. Like, yeah, it sounds like you got a great daughter. I don't need somebody else with all their negative energy coming up in our space and fucking up our vibe.
Right. And you
know,
can't you can't parent all the kids
No.
the same way. Like you could do all this for this daughter and she can handle it and she's doing great. But some kids you could do the same and they're gonna make bad choices. But the sad thing with her kids is like she's not even letting them be able to
make
good
choices,
or bad choices.
Yeah.
She's just making all them for them based off of what she wants them to do.
And so what happened
Doesn't.
again though? Like why did she have to move in? Does it even say?
Her house flooded.
Her
The
house flooded.
foundation
That's right. Okay.
cracked and yeah.
So what? Like what's happening with that? Like,
I'm sure
it's not-
insurance
yeah, so
and it's gonna take a while to
gonna
get
be
it all fixed. Yeah.
So like, bitch, what are you doing coming in here trying to fix my household? You're gonna be fine. Like, you're gonna go back to your house soon. Like,
because her kids are complaining and
Like, chill the
comparing
fuck out,
themselves,
you
so
know,
now
like-
she's pissed. Yeah.
yeah. No, you're welcome. You can go stay at a hotel for a few more weeks if you need to. Like, yeah, I know.
Right. Or you could just stay downstairs and not come up here and not let your kids up here.
Yeah.
So,
No.
That sucks.
yeah. I think that's about all the good comments that I've seen. But I'm pretty proud of this 14-year-old girl. She sounds like a boss bitch. And yeah. All right, Chris.
All right. We'll close it out today. I got one from Relationship Advice, and it is from Throw R.A. Do Regret 187.
Okay.
They're quite the names. I mean, some of them just get me. Is that just computer generated, or did you like?
A lot of them are, yeah.
You know what I mean. But I'm just curious. Like,
Shit, same thing they used to do with like old Xbox gamer tags when they gave them to you.
That's
Yeah.
how he got his.
that's
Yeah.
the one that I use.
Yeah,
It was
like
computer generated. I
vicious
just use it
napkin
all the
or some
time now.
shit.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, so I, 44 male, got my stepson, 18 male, interested in boxing. He got suspended for standing up to his bully, and now my wife, 40 female, is very angry with me. He loves boxing. She hates it. How should I de-escalate this? Did I really mess up? So my 44 male stepson, Landon, 18 male, recently told us he was being bullied at school. That night, on the back porch, I taught him how to wrap his hands and throw the jab. When my wife, Lucia, 40 female, and I were in bed, she said she was concerned that I'm leading him in a bad direction. But I told her I believed it was important for Landon to learn to defend himself. Despite our disagreement, Landon and I continue training. These days, we do road work, running most mornings, and I coach him through some rounds of shadow boxing, air punching, before I drive him to school. He showed good progress and is turning into a great outboxer. We even bonded over his interest in a boxing anime, and I feel like we've never been closer. Recently, though, he got into an altercation with his bully at school, resulting in a suspension. He broke it down for me when he got home before he told his mom, and I almost teared up. I was so proud of him. While I felt proud of his ability to stand up for himself, Lucia was upset. She knows I was bullied in high school. It's why I learned, and she said I was projecting my trauma onto this situation. This issue has strained our relationship. Lucia believes that I'm living vicariously through Landon and worries about the dangers of boxing. She always thinks she could focus more on academics. On the other hand, I see boxing as a way for Landon to build confidence and discipline. I know I need to find a balance between supporting Landon and supporting my wife at the same time. I love them both so much. I told her I was opening to limiting his training or ensuring it doesn't interfere with his studies. She thinks he's going to turn into a bully and get CTE. I feel like if I tell Landon he can't train anymore, he'll feel betrayed. In my heart of hearts, I really don't think I was wrong for teaching him, but I feel like I was wrong somehow by not respecting my wife's perspective more. And there's another little edit here. Thank you for your perspectives. I'm going to talk to my wife and Landon and show them these comments after school today. If you want to know what happened, it's not so simple. Shane has a scooter and his friends catch Landon when he walks home from school and push him down. Take his money, pour out his books in his book bag, put a padlock on his backpack, pour Coca-Cola on him, push him into the gross water. We cannot drive him because we are working. The public transport doesn't go to our houses, which is on the town outskirts up in a hill. And the bus does not go all the way this way. My wife tried to talk to Shane's mom, and his mom says that Shane doesn't do this and that my wife is lying. Landon is tall and skinny and does not have power, so he must run or dodge and counter. People at school were learning that he has been training. He was walking home from school and he got surrounded by many kids. He said he dropped his backpack and he tried to escape, but they pushed him back. He said that Shane, this boy in his same class but taller and bigger and stronger, told him to square up, and his fist did not protect his face. Landon threw one jab to feel his reaction, so Landon throws first punch. Shane, far backward, still not protecting his face. He told me he used this information just like training to next throw a feint jab. Shane leans far back, and he comes forward. Landon hits him with a straight right in his nose, causing him tears. Shane walks at him in anger, and Landon uses lateral movement to move.
This dude's getting them all.
This is so much. This is so much. This wasn't all here when I first read it. I'm not gonna lie. When he pivots, he throws jabs on hooks to the side of Shane's face, just like in training. Landon hits him maybe 10 times before Shane gives up because his face is swollen and bloody. Landon was never hit. I do not want to say much about this because it makes me feel proud and both ashamed. Thank you for the advice, and I will talk to Lucia, and I hope we can resolve the tension. Thank you all.
I feel like I just watched a UFC fight after hearing
Right? That was so much.
There's a lot to unpack
I mean,
here.
that was a lot of description on the fight.
So it's great that it's father and son. How old's the son?
Stepson.
Oh, stepson.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
44 male, stepson 18 male.
Okay, it's great that they're bonding, especially father and stepson, because I know that can be difficult for a lot of families. But I can see the mother's side too. Like you're teaching him this shit, and he's going to school, and other kids are hearing about it, so they're more inclined to mess with him,
to match him on it,
Yeah.
and challenge him.
yeah, and could be causing some issues, but also like defend yourself.
I mean,
awesome.
feel like, it goes with the right teaching.
Yeah.
you know, like it's not, you're not just going out here to.
By the way, the stepfather's talking. He
He knows something. he knows some stuff. He knows some stuff. I mean,
I threw that fade.
but
Yeah. I feel conflicted because I get why the wife is upset. I think she's more so upset not that he's like, she's suggesting how she feels, but then he's just like, no, I'm going to go teach him this anyway and teach him to do this. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing for you to teach your kids how to defend themselves in a situation, but he shouldn't have been going to school and bragging about him training. But I'm
Yeah.
glad he has been training because being,
He might not have been bragging. He might have. It said his friends just
I
caught
think
wind of
he
it.
might have. Yeah, he might
yeah,
have just
but I
said
think
he was
probably
talking
because he's
about
like,
it. Yeah.
oh,
And just
I've been
talking
training
about it.
with my stepdad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a little
we don't know.
braggy.
Kids are kids. You know,
Right.
he could have been just talking to his boy and been like, "Yeah, man, I've just been training." You know what I'm saying? And like, someone
Yeah, I
walked
mean,
by.
I can't blame him.
Someone
Yeah.
walked by and was like, "He been."
But it's
training."
good because being a one kid confronted by two kids, surrounded by people, that's a fucked up situation. It's almost like you're about to jump this boy. And I'm glad he was able to defend himself and hold his own, especially what's been happening to him in the past.
Yeah.
You know, being pushed down, being dumped shit on, or pushed into water.
Putting padlocks on a book bag. That's
Yeah, like what? Like,
that sucks.
That's
I mean,
sad.
we used to put zip ties on
Yeah.
people's book bags.
And the school's not doing a
Turn
damn
them
thing
inside
about
out and
it.
put zip ties in there. But a padlock.
Yeah, you gotta buy a new book bag.
So the top comment here is your mama a llama? Says, learning to box does not mean learning to be violent. It's good for his physique as well, his sense of well-being. I love going to sparring myself back when I learned.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah. As long as it's taught right? Like, so is homie, like, stepdad, like, actual, like, boxer?
I mean, he sounds whatever the
Like,
case.
Like, or is he just talking, like, street fighting? 'Cause I don't know the case.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
like,
if he
if
taught
he's just
them.
like-
We know he goes into very much detail about it, and also he must be doing something right if the dude actually defended himself against a
Yeah, I
bully.
mean,
So it works. Whatever level of boxer he was. But
Yeah. I'm all I'm all for defending yourself. It's you gotta be able to defend yourself.
that's
And
awesome. But again,
he-
if you're attracting other kids to mess with you, then that's.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
I mean, that's why, like in martial arts, they hit it real hard to be very humble about what you're doing.
Yeah, and I funny enough, I have one right here from SS Ryokin. I also learned similar growing up. I learned Taekwondo from the age of 10 till about 14. In class, we were always taught that fighting was the last resort and only in self-defense. I would get picked on, but I never allowed words to bother me. This one time, I got followed home by a bully and hit in the face. That was enough for me to say, okay. I got in 2 punches, and I got back kick landing on him on the ground. I immediately stopped and walked home. I was never picked on ever again because by the time I got to the third period in school, everyone knew it would happen. I think your wife is wrong here, and I think it's okay to be able to defend yourself along with being confident. Also, it's good to maintain an active and fit lifestyle. It's like any other after-school curricular, like baseball or basketball or football.
Curriculum?
I think,
Yeah, I was.
yeah, it's not bad.
I got my black belt in Taekwondo when I was a kid. It was a junior black belt, which meant I was under 13. So whatever weight that holds. But they preached all kind of like, respect, perseverance. Like that's pretty much, we had to do our little forms and stuff. But I can't say that it taught me much self-defense. When I started wrestling, that's what, that held a lot more value in that. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
for sure,
That for sure would.
I feel like because they're kids, though, they teach them to be respectful and humble about what they're doing. But the reason why I'm saying that is because maybe this stepfather was teaching them how to box, but not teaching them how to.
The mindset.
Yeah,
That it's not.
you don't go around being cocky about
Yeah,
it.
you don't need to let everybody know what you can do.
Yeah.
Quiet confidence. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna close it out tonight here on Threddit, classic style with a fun game. All right. Last time, Cody walked away victorious and is now the leader in all-time victories at Threddit.
From rock paper scissors.
Yes, it came down to a sudden death rock paper scissors match, and it was
It could be
pretty
worse.
pretty heated.
Still a win.
Our local election for mayor was determined based off of a coin toss when it was a tie. So, hey,
It's for real. Yeah, it's for real.
That's true.
History was made numerous
National-
times this year.
national news.
Speaking of politicians,
And speaking of politicians, I have a game here today that I have called People of Politics or Friends from the Field. I will be giving you guys a quote that is from a famous politician or a famous athlete, and you're going to have to figure it out. So here we go. I smoked pot once, but I didn't inhale.
oh man, yeah, feel like definitely politician for me.
Politician for Cody.
Politician for me, too.
Megan's going politician.
I guess politician.
And you would all be correct.
Who was it? Do you have?
It's Bill Clinton.
Yeah, okay. I knew I've heard that before.
Bill Clinton said,
Yeah,
I thought it was
Said
going
that.
to be George W. Bush. Is that his name?
the first one.
Oh, no, the second one. Whatever his name is.
George W. Bush.
Yeah, him.
Second offering. The best way to predict your future is to create it.
Athlete.
Athlete.
Yeah,
You would all be correct.
Woo!
This is not happening again. This can't happen again.
It can. It's happening.
Right.
Is our children learning?
Politician.
yeah, politician.
Athlete. If that's a politician and he said that like that, I'm ashamed. I normally am, but
Is our
Wait.
children learning?
Is our children learning?
Is our children learning?
I said athlete.
Athlete for Megan.
I'm still sticking to
Politician.
Politician.
And Cody and Willow are correct. It's George W. Bush.
Oh my! Speaking of the little filthy
Really?
guy,
Right.
Wow.
he would say some shit like that.
All right. So Cody and Willow have taken the lead. It's hard to beat a person that never gives up.
Athlete.
Athlete.
Politician.
I see you're trying to be.
And Cody and Willow are right again. Babe Ruth.
Hell yeah.
Good old Babe Ruth.
See, sometimes they seem like they're going to be too easy, so I'm like, nah. there's
Yeah, I
no
know
way.
you want it to be a trick question and
Yeah,
go against the grain.
not working for me.
I like the style though.
All right, here we go again on People of Politics or Friends from the Field. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get up and try again.
Athlete.
Yeah, of course. Okay, you
Yeah.
guys got that one. That was Michael Phelps. Good old Michael Phelps.
I'm pretty sure that was like on every classroom wall.
Definitely. Might have been on my Taekwondo wall too.
The classrooms always had the craziest fucking posters.
Yeah, they really did.
All right, here we go. The victor will never be asked if he told the truth.
Politician.
Politician.
Yeah, that just sounds like a politician.
I don't know if it's quite a politician, but I mean, you're right. It's Adolf Hitler.
Holy shit. Okay.
Anyways.
Here we go. It is 6-6. Willow and Cody.
Oh shit.
Megan is
4 to 6.
lagging behind with 4.
Redemption is in my future.
I assure you, gentlemen, that we must all hang together, or we will most assuredly hang separately.
Athlete.
I'm going politician on that.
Athlete.
Cody is right. And he takes the lead.
Here we go.
Like as soon as he said it, I was like, I should.
He has 7 points now.
Have I missed one yet?
No.
No.
Undefeated.
You know what? I mean, I have. We can do. We'll have 2 more. So there.
Okay.
If somebody
Redemption.
if somebody ties him here, then we'll do another one. If not, Cody's the winner.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. You teach a child to read, and his or hers will be able to pass a literacy test.
Politician.
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 That is a politician. George W. Bush.
Oh my gosh.
What did you just look up? A bunch of Bush quotes.
I'm sure they're the most iconic.
They're the best, yes. So anyway, nobody tied with Cody. So Cody is ultimately the winner here, and that's 2 in a row. Cody is on a hot streak.
Yeah, you noticed when we took out the buzzer.
Yeah, Cody was all upset about the little buzzer.
Yeah, because he couldn't get his name in. That's why.
Yeah, poor Cody.
Because he waited till he like thought about the answer. No one else is waiting till they think about it. We're thinking about it as he's saying it, and then we're like, definitely this. And you're like, what? It's not fair.
That's very true. That's exactly how I sounded.
Well, otherwise, a proud moment for Cody today. He is on a 2-game winning streak here now.
I still have my belt.
Yep, and he's feeling untouchable.
I'm over the game. I'm tired of losing.
Well, I mean,
Study up.
Don't hate the game. Hate the player.
no, the other way around. don't hate the player.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
Well, I think that's going to be it for us tonight here at Threddit. I'm Chris.
I'm Megan.
I'm Willow.
I'm Cody.
Good night.
Bye.